Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today I want to do the full review of the R.E.C Rock Fighter. Now, this watch, if you've been following the channel, I did a quick unboxing of this a few weeks back, and it's got such an amazing box. It is unbelievable. It's got to be the heaviest, largest box of any of the watches I own or have owned. It's insane. Now, you might be thinking, who the heck is R.E.C? Because you might not have heard of them. Well, they're a company based out in Copenhagen in Denmark, and they've got a passion for cars and watches, and they've got some really kind of interesting different watches they actually do there. They're all based on some kind of either a car or a bike, and this one is based on a 2003 Land Rover Defender. Now, you may be thinking at first, what the heck is he talking about? Now, it's got all these sort of design cues from that car, and it actually uses the door as, I believe it's the door and part of the dial here. Let me zoom in a little bit more so you can see. And that is actually, as far as I'm aware, part of the door of the Land Rover Defender they used. So that means everyone is slightly different. There are a couple of different versions of this available, but this is one which most took my eye. It's simple and honest, and I kind of like that. Now, I say, it's only a small company. I think there's 453 of these. I think most have, to be fair, sold out. There is a sale on at the moment. I think you can pick them up for £760, and I think there's only about 100 watches left, but it is something very different, unusual, if you want to stand out from the crowd. Now, let's talk a little bit about the sizes first before we talk about the design cues. The size of this watch is a 40mm square, and the thickness is only a fraction over 12mm, 48 lug to lugs, and you got a 22mm band. So it's, even though it's may look like a big chunky square watch, it truly isn't, being that it's only 40mm. So it's surprisingly wearable. Well, so much so that my wife has actually stolen this watch off me because she loves the watch and is wearing it non-stop. So anyway, let's have a look at that dial, and this is where we see a couple of features which are taken from the Land Rover. Now, first of all, you see this bezel around here. It looks very reminiscent of the tyre which sits on top of the bonnet. And also, you can see this, if I zoom in a bit more there, you can see the checker plate used to hold the hour markers, the luminous material for the hour markers. That checker plate is what you normally see on the front wing or on top of the bonnet of a Land Rover. Now, the handset themselves, I think the handset looks absolutely mad. I really, really like it. The good thing is as well, it has got plenty of lume on there. If I quickly turn out the lights, you'll get an idea. So if I put a UV light on there just quickly, you get the idea. It's got quite a decent amount of lume to it. And also, this is where you get this kind of random design cues again. The hands are very reminiscent of the compass used by the team who used to take the Land Rover out on these cross-country safari things, and it does, it kind of follows that language. Now, as we can see, we have the R.E.C motif at the top there. It's a shame it wasn't a different colour, because I think it would have looked better either in, I think black would look great on that. We'd have the R.O.C Fighter logo down there. We have this minute track going around here, and I kind of like the way they've done that. It just, it just looks a bit different where you've got the continuation of a circle on the lower part. Now, it's not without its flaws, but I'm going to talk about the flaws at the end and see if you guys agree. We do have the date window underneath that minute hand at the moment. So I say, as we come out here, we do have a rather nice sapphire crystal with plenty of AR coating. As you can see from the outdoor shots, it does a good job of kind of cutting down on reflections quite well. Now, this has got a kind of rubberized feel to it. It is a shame it doesn't rotate, because that would have been really nice if they could have done a rotating bezel. Now, the actual case itself is very kind of utilitarian, non-nonsense, kind of all-rounded. Nothing on there is going to snag anything. They've done a quite nice job on that. The side here, we have another one of those kind of weird and wonderful things going on where it kind of simulates the grille of a Land Rover. And as we come round to the back, they've been added again as we have the center studs from the wheel kind of arrangement on the back here. Now, it's a shame you can't see the movement because I took the back off this earlier, and it's a Salita SW200 and it's all in gold. It looks fantastic. It really does look the part. And to be fair, where most companies just put a Salita movement in the back of it and just say it's Swiss, this one I found, I put it on the time grapher, and it is exceptional. It's running at around about +1 or 0 seconds a day. I've been, yeah, it's almost spot on a day. Now I can't say that for the entire range, but on this one they've done an amazing job at regulating it. It really is good. There is only 50 meters of water resistance to this watch, which is a little bit of a shame. I would have liked to have seen a bit more, but hey ho, what can you do? Now, this strap, this is where I have to point out, it came with 2 straps. I believe this is the stock strap which comes on it. And it's kind of cool, kind of quite funky and nice, but I do prefer this one here. Obviously both, that is all marked up and done quite nicely. This one's a bit weirder though. It actually comes with a scale on there, which I kind of like. It's something, again, that little bit different. Now, I'll put it on my wrist so you've got an idea of how it looks, and then we'll talk about some of the questionable kind of bits and pieces which go on with this. I should point out, well, actually, just before I do, let's zoom out. Quick wrist check. I'm wearing my Zim 104 on its rather nice new fine link bracelet, and Bob has got on my Zin 144 anniversary. Now, I'll just put this on off camera. I've got a 7¼ inch wrist. Now, I should point out as well that there's free shipping on these watches. There's a 3-year guarantee, 30-day money-back guarantee as well. So they've got you covered, really. So there it is on my wrist. And I think it's quite a funky-looking watch. I like the fact that it is a little bit different. It's not going to be to everyone's taste, I understand that. But at the minute, I say it is on sale. It's around about £760. And for a full Swiss movement, that's not too bad at all. I say, my wife has been wearing this a heck of a lot, as she absolutely loves the watch. So it is definitely a favourite with her. Now, I hate to say it, there are a couple of questionable things on this watch. And one is part of this dial. Now let's get the lights here a little bit better. Now what we have going on, where's my little pointer? We'll use this at a moment. Now here you'll see, if I zoom in a bit closer, on the dial we have these little metal pieces there which obviously hold down this chapter ring, and on occasion I keep thinking that's an hour marker. You got to change the time and you end up setting it to that and you kind of forget. It's a silly little quirk, but I thought I'd mention it. But the biggest one of all is this crown. It's lovely. They've done a really nice job on signing it. It even has this rubber grommet which goes around it. So in theory, you'd think it'd be quite easy to actually manipulate. But if I pull it out one, so that's out one, that's date setting, no problem there. But if I want to pull it out again, is that it? No, so it should hack. There. So we've got it there. But look, it is incredibly, it's a bit, they almost made this grill too high, I'd say, because it is actually quite hard to set the time on this watch, because it is, well, definitely to wind the watch. If it's your only watch and you're wearing it every day, it is simply not a problem, but it's definitely a quirk. Is it a deal breaker? I wouldn't necessarily say so, because if you're wearing it all the time, you don't really have to do it. But it is, a little bit awkward. Trying to hand wind this watch is nigh on impossible, but I still like it. It's still kind of cool and funky. So anyway, I'm going to leave you to it, guys. Let me know what you think of the watch. and I'll get back to you on for the next review. Stay safe out there. All the best. Bye.